Good evening, Fernwood. It is your sensitive Sensei Neil, and it's time for us to get sensible with another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Today, it's time for us to watch episode 221 from February 7th, 1977. Let's take a look at last week. As the week began, Mary was ready to break up with Tom because she had followed him to Lou's place and found him in the arms of another woman. Tom explained that he wasn't cheating and that he had found Loretta. Mary went on a job hunt, which has been going disastrously. Her first day working at the movie theater, she was robbed and fired on the spot. A lot has been going on with the Haggers, so buckle in. Charlie started the week waiting with the mummy woman. As the doctor came in to explain there were no signs of life and that Charlie should consider pulling the plug, Charlie protests against ending the life of the woman that he thought was Loretta. The mummy woman bolts up and collapses immediately, and the doctor pronounces her dead. Charlie only has moments of denial before Tom finds him and lets him know that he has found the real Loretta, only that she's going to be getting married to another man. And then over at Lou's place, Lulu is about to get married to Max Slattery, but Mary interrupts and a bar brawl erupts, leading to Lulu getting bonked on the head and waking up as Loretta. Loretta says goodbye to both Max Slattery and Lou, and then heads home for her reunion with Charlie. Pat Gimble is in jail with her new roommate who goes unnamed for most of the week. Her lawyer Nat says that when things go to trial, things probably will not go well for Patty. However, she is still able to get a temporary release for the funeral of Garth. When it comes to the Jeters, Merle has been feeling urgent, and Wanda suggests finding someone to help him relieve those urges. Merle has been creeping on Mary Hartman and making out with the new cleaning lady, Lila. And then last Friday, Mary surprised Patty with her new job as a trainee to be a prison guard. The women's matron was cartoonishly stern, but Mary should have paid attention because she tries to be friendly with an inmate and ends up in a chokehold. Merle and Lila are making out on the couch as Wanda walks in. Merle seems sad that Wanda doesn't want to give him any sexual attention, and Wanda doesn't care at all. Harold Clemens visits the Shumways to get information about the Marquette rock in their lawn, which is a historical landmark. Kathy thinks that they could turn the home into an historical attraction. Mary stops in after being fired, and she's sure she can find something, but she has no idea what that is. And then that night in the jail, Patty has a nightmare. She sees her life rushing by as she is brought to the electric chair, where Garth pops out and hosts her execution. And the volts rush through her as friends and neighbors stand by and applaud. When Patty wakes up, her roommate Cookie comes down and says that the only way that Patty can get out of this situation is to escape. And everyone, that was our last week. It seemed like a week of transition, so why don't we see what we have transitioned to?
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
It's okay. No one's here.
I hate doing this. It doesn't feel right sneaking around like this.
But you said you wanted us some privacy.
I'm too old to go to such lengths just to be alone with you.
Oh, go on. You're not too old. I'm certainly not too old. It still amazes me. I guess that's what they mean about a man not knowing his own strength.
Well, what are we going to do?
Coast is clear.
Quick, before someone spots us.
What are you doing here?
Grandpa! Oh, have you met Philip Garth Gimble?
How do you do, sir?
Hello.
What are you doing here?
We're cutting school.
It looks like playing hooky to me.
Well, we're doing that too.
Oh, you forgot to study for a test, huh?
Oh, no, sir, nothing like that. We just wanted to spend some time together.
See, we never have any time alone. And, you know, we're people too, and we're entitled to have feelings. We have lots of them, but we're never able to find out about our feelings because there's always a mob of people interfering.
You can't know what you really want. Not yet. I'm old enough to be your great-grandfather. In fact, I am your great-grandfather. And yet, I don't always know what I want. But one thing I do know, sneaking around will never make for a good relationship.
That's right. Your conscience always knows when you're doing something wrong, something underhanded, like sneaking around.
Yeah, and when you do something underhanded together, each of you begins to wonder whether the other one is doing something underhanded when you're apart. The next thing you know, you don't trust each other at all.
After all, a sneak is a sneak.
Now, if you want anything good to come out of this relationship, let it happen at its own pace, out in the open, and don't rush into anything. Right?
I guess so.
Now, do yourself a favor. Go to school.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. You are wonderful with them, Raymond. I should have known that you'd be good with children. But all that talk about sneaking kind of makes you think, huh?
It sure does.
What are you doing?
Hello? Hello? Okay, I'll hang on.
What are you doing?
What we told the kids was right. Nuts that are sneaking around. Next week we'll go away together and let the whole world know. Hello? By the Wee Motel? I want to make a reservation for 2.
Atta baby.
What the hell is going on here?
You home so early, George? Why are you home so early?
Well, my hemorrhoids acted up, so I got off early. What the hell is going on here?
Now, why would you ever be asking that?
Well, first of all, because you're baking a whole vat full of wieners, you've turned the kitchen into a 10-cent museum. A man's home is his castle. What are you trying to do with my castle? You invited the whole kingdom by for lunch?
Oh, don't be silly, George. What kingdom?
I'm going to discuss this a little further. Let me get my soda pop. What in the hell is all that?
Oh, but George, those are milkshakes. Vanilla, strawberry, and a few experimental peanut butter ones that Grandpa developed exclusively for us.
Okay, Martha. Now, I want to know what's going on. Let me guess. You're having a Tupperware sale. You're having a birthday party. Somebody died and you're having a wake.
George, nobody died.
Well, then what the hell is going on around here?
Relax, George, relax. It's not good for you to get so excited. Now, dear, I want you to take your soda pop, go into the living room, sit down, put your feet up, and I will be in there in a minute, and we will have a nice long talk.
Martha, I don't want to go into my living room to drink my soda pop. I'd rather drink it in the kitchen, where I always drink it. And I don't want to chat. I don't care about the kitchen. I want an explanation.
This way, ladies and gentlemen, into the lovely Father Marquette room. In addition, we have authentic American food and postcards. And, oh, sorry, sir, please don't handle the artifacts. And in addition, you have these banners and lovely hatchets and stuff. And then there's some... Daddy. Hi.
What in the hell is going on here?
Oh, well, why don't you go into the living room and I'll explain later, okay? Now, everybody, take a seat. Make yourself comfortable, please. I would like 4 Marquette hot dogs and two Shoshone shakes.
Coming up.
Now, sir, the spot that you're sitting in at this very moment was the site of the original mission that Father Marquette built. Now, as he journeyed through Ohio, his intention, you see, was to convert every heathen Shoshone. Unfortunately, once the mission was built, There wasn't one single Indian in sight. Nowhere. They had all packed up their teepees and went 500 miles north. After a few lonely, cold months, Father Marquette decided to close the mission in search for the heathens up north. And now he was last seen somewhere in the vicinity of Timmins, Ontario.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Cease. Hold it up. And last but not least, desist.
Daddy, please do not yell. You're going to ruin business.
Pick up!
Martha, what in the hell is going on around here? Isn't this my home? Have I got a good job? Am I a good provider?
Now, George, I want you to listen carefully and try to understand. Kathy is trying to help out with some financial obligations for this family. At least she is making her spending money, and she is doing it without leaving the baby and without leaving the house. And she's doing this to make a few extra dollars, and I am helping out. I am helping out here because every good old American enterprise needs all the help it can get. And we never thought you would object to a patriotic profit-making business.
Well, I don't. Not in my home. Has everybody gone crazy around here? The only sane people are me and Grandpa.
Got your souvenirs here. Genuine souvenirs. Here, sir. Anything you like? How about this keychain with a picture of Robert Cummings? It's a genuine antique, authenticated by the world-famous Hollywood Wax Museum. And see, it doesn't look a day over 45.
Oh.
Hey, Mary, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. I'm sorry, go back to sleep.
No, come on. What's wrong? Well, tell me what's wrong. What's wrong?
No, it's not. I didn't realize you were up. I'm sorry, it's nothing. Go back to sleep, sweetheart. It's okay, really. Go back to sleep. It's nothing.
Yeah. Well, all right, what is it? What's wrong? Why are you crying?
I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's not. Just go to sleep. It's okay. It's like it's nothing. I mean, maybe I had a dream or something.
Well, come on, don't be silly. Come on, tell me what's wrong. What's wrong?
I don't know. I just don't know. It's like it's... I don't know. I just don't know.
Is it money? Maybe... Is it? All right, come on. I'm gonna get this straightened out right now. Come on, sit up. Come on, let me get this straightened out. I mean, is it money? Is it? I mean, is it getting to you because we don't seem to have enough? Is that it? Because if it is, I can do something about that. I really can. I can get extra work at the plant, even more than I'm doing. No, I can. Or maybe I can take a part-time job. Something will make life easier for you. No, I want to make life easier for you.
I know,
believe
baby.
me.
I know, baby. I know. It's. I don't think that it's that. Thank you.
Is it me? Huh? I mean, if it's me, then, I mean, am I doing something I shouldn't do? Or have I not done something I should or something? No, because, well, if it is, then I can do something about that. I can either stop it or start it. Or...
Come on, you've been so sweet.
I know, well, but still, I want you to...
It's just a...
Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't go out nights anymore, I promise. Okay? Whatever you want, I'll do whatever you want, okay? Whatever you want. Honey, listen to me, will you? All I want, honest to God, I want this so badly for you. I want you to be happy, really happy. Huh?
I'm sorry. It's just that this lifetime, I just don't, I can't do it. It's this week. Maybe it's the week. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the week, and I can't seem to get, what?
Well, maybe it's Pat being in jail or something. Is that it?
Maybe it's... No.
No?
I don't think so. It's like it's life. It's like this just doesn't seem to be any... Why? It's it's nothing.
You're starting to feel better?
No, it's nothing.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Are you?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yes.
Good.
It's nothing. I'm sorry. It's nothing. I'll be okay. I just, maybe it was a dream.
Okay, good. And you are feeling better, huh? Okay. Let's get some sleep, okay?
Okay. I love you.
Night.
Oh, God. I still don't know what's wrong. Maybe it's normal to cry in the night. I mean, maybe if Reader's Digest, did one of those Gallup polls, they'd find out it was healthy to cry in the night. So I think I'll just cry.
Hey, sweetheart, hey, come on, will you? Honey, look, you don't have to cry. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What?
you don't have to, Come here.
What?
Will you be my
Oh,
darling?
you.
Will you be my darling? Good, come here. Come here.
What? Right. Oh, I love you so
I
much.
love you too. You know what's gonna happen now? A little married town play. Foreplay is fair play. You see? Everything's okay, huh? Well, isn't it? Wasn't that great? Huh?
Well, it's always better when we're together. But then it's over.
Well, sure, but the good feeling doesn't have to be over.
I know. But somehow it is.
Maybe it never will be again, Oh, Mary, I love you so much.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom. Oh, God, I really need to hear it. Tell me again, do you really?
Yeah, I really do. I really do. I mean, hey, you know what?
What?
You are the most important thing in my life.
What about Heather?
Oh, Heather, well, yeah, well, Heather's important, but you're the most important thing.
What about Monday Night Football?
Oh, well, Monday Night Football, I mean, that's important. I mean, but that's only 4 months of the year. And I need you 12 months, 52 weeks, and 365 days a year. Every year.
Except leap year.
Yeah, well, a guy needs a break, 1 day off every 4 years or so. I probably wouldn't even take it anyway, probably.
It's too much for me. Tom?
Yeah?
So you really want to be with me?
Yeah, always, sweetheart. I could be with you 24 hours a day.
Tom, could you really be with me 24 hours a day?
Absolutely. Even more. I could be with you 26 hours a day, every day, forever.
Oh, Tom. You know what, I really think maybe it will be okay. Maybe everything is going to be okay. Oh, I just love you so much. You're such a kind, sweet man.
You want to go to sleep now, huh?
Yeah. And I do feel better now, I do.
Good. Night.
You don't understand, woman. They aren't going to let you out of here. I mean, you are up on murder one. The biggie. You are going to fry.
Oh, stop it, Cookie, please.
Just trying to tell you that if you blow this joint with me, you'll be rid of all this grief.
But I told you
the
already.
The plan is a gem. One.
One.
The friend leaves the 3 doors leading outside unlocked. 2. We walk through those doors and out of Fernwood Jail.
Out of Fernwood
3.
Jail.
We are free.
We are free.
3 simple steps to a whole new life for me and you, Pat. Freedom. Glorious freedom.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Now, sure, you're going to have to take it on the lam, and sure, you're going to have to dye your hair and change your name. But believe me, it'll be fun. I know, because I've been that way myself. And believe me, I think you're going to look hot as a pistol, as a platinum blonde with cornrows. Now, you buy yourself a whole new wardrobe, and we start a whole new way of life, and I'll tell you something, you're just going to love it.
Well, I just think I better just stay here in my cell and take my chances. Thanks anyway.
Chances? Are you kidding? What chances?
Well, listen, okay. Sure. It is true that Nat Dearborn is not exactly Effley Bailey. That is true. It is also true that nobody believes that I didn't plan to murder my husband. And it is also true that it's very difficult to prove that I was a battered wife because I spent so many years trying to cover it up. But I am confident that everything will be just fine. It doesn't sound so good after all, does it?
That is my point exactly. It does not sound good at all.
But I gotta be strong, I gotta be firm, and I just can't take it on the lam, can I? I mean, how would it look for my son to have a mother, a fugitive from the law? I mean, like Ma Barker.
What is the big deal anyway? I mean, you get to see him plenty. I mean, you can see him at Christmas. Find a Howard Johnson, take him to lunch on his birthday.
But I got things to say, Cookie. Believe me, I have things to say, and my testimony will be so good for women everywhere. And I will tell the world, I will say to them, if a woman stays with a man and allows herself to be abused, the only thing that she can expect is to be abused more unless she just clears out for good.
Can it, Pat?
Can it?
Shut up.
Oh. The door.
Can it, Pat, and shut up. This is it.
Okay, Cookie. So long. It's been good to know you. And good luck on the outside. And if you get a chance, will you drop me a line, huh?
The hell I will. Come on. You're coming with me.
No, I thought I explained. I was planning on staying.
I'm sorry there's been a change of plans. You're coming. I cannot afford to let you stay here and give the details away on my getaway.
Oh, no, there's no problem about that. I am terrific at keeping secrets. I am a terrific secret keeper of all time. I mean, how many years I kept my mouth shut about my husband, right? And, there's no way that they're going to get anything out of me because I'm experienced at being beaten.
Look, sugar, let's get going.
Well, just one thing. Could I have my toothbrush?
No, come on, let's go.
Oh, Cookie. Oh.
Yeah, it really did feel like a new set of directions today. And it starts with Grandpa Larkin and Barbie sneaking into the Hartman home and running into Heather and Philip, who are also sneaking in. That is pretty wild. When Grandpa was giving his speech about not sneaking around, well, I mean, they were sneaking for different reasons, so I get it, but also it really did seem to get at a difference between those two different relationships in that room, or a similarity, you know, that they're both sneaking around, but that sneaking means dishonest. And I feel like Grandpa and Barbie were really just looking for privacy. They weren't trying to evade school or anything. And maybe Philip and Heather were also looking for privacy, but they were skipping school to do it. So that might add a tiny layer to the difference between there. But it did seem, though, that Grandpa Larkin had a change of heart about sneaking into Hartman residence. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on at the Shumways, as we would later find out. And then George comes in, and I wasn't sure what was going on with the hot dogs, and then I remembered, well, because the camera panned over and caught all of the banners of the Marquette Rock, I remembered what was going on with the plan to have hot dogs and all of these shakes. I think George is rightly outraged because no one told him that any of this stuff was going on. He walks into a surprise, and it makes sense that if your home is being completely upended, that you would be angry. However, the rest of the family see this as an opportunity to bring some income in. It might be different if there was some discussion with George about what was going on. But they pretty much just... I mean, Martha was really clear on Friday that George wouldn't be excited about this, and he wasn't. But to do it without asking him seems a bit much. However, Kathy seemed happy to be wearing a fun dress and giving tours, which seemed to be completely made up. I couldn't tell you whether the history she was sharing was real. Pretty awful, though, you know, from the days of colonialism and celebrating that history of chasing the natives off of their land. And then we get a quiet, real scene between Mary and Tom. And it takes a while with this scene, and I don't mean that as a criticism, because I think it's real. The stuff in this, Mary has what seems to be an existential crisis about her life. And I don't mean her marriage with Tom, I mean the entirety of her life, and she's not able to verbalize what is going wrong. Last week she was trying to find a job and couldn't succeed at that. And I wonder if that is an element of this, because it didn't come up at all. Tom didn't think about that. Mary was a flop at both of the jobs. I mean, to be fair, she was traumatized in both of those jobs. Maybe she could be crying about that. I don't think that's what it is, though. I think this is a direction for Mary, that aimlessness is her direction. She has been a devoted, if quirky, housewife for the entirety of the series. And I think this question has been boiling underneath Mary since the beginning, because I remember, you know, the waxy yellow buildup in that first episode, and her looking with that stare, which I think is an iconic stare. And it seems like she is questioning the entirety of being a stay-at-home mom, or housewife in these days. However, it looks like Tom is supportive. He doesn't want her to cry. He wants her to be happy. He even seems to have taken on the lessons of the Olinsky report, and foreplay is fair play, so he is doing some foreplay. So I think their sex would have been better than any previous, because we know that in the first season they didn't have a lot of sex, and when they had sex it wasn't that great for Mary. And I don't mean just orgasms, it just wasn't that great. And now Tom is actually paying attention to her sexual needs, or at least it's implied that he would be. Mary still has that mystery inside of her that she is unclear about. That it seems like there's a hole that Mary doesn't know how to fill. And then we end up at the jail with Patty and Cookie, and Cookie has a plan. Cookie has a friend that will leave the doors open, and Patty doesn't want to leave. Patty knows that that's a bad plan for Patty. To escape, to run, makes things look quite different. If she ever gets caught, things go badly. If she intentionally runs, no one would believe that she was abducted from the prison, but that's what happens. Cookie sticks a carrot in her back as though it were some kind of deadly weapon and pulls her out. So, as I said, this is a week of new beginnings, and I'm really, really excited. I have a lot of emotions going through me right now. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts and feelings in the comments. Thank you so much for being sensible, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.